Tallinn University, we have developed some interesting tools that enable schools and teachers to embed learning activities outdoors on the track. We have several tools, and I am the teacher of in the curricula of teacher training, and my goal is to help the teachers to understand the potential of this tool, and especially for the possibilities of collecting jointly the data of environmental challenges. So in this activity, what we did is that as part of my course, where teachers are learning education technology for schools, I created initially the track on Reidi Road. That was a new construction road built by the seaside in Tallinn. And there is a big challenge because there was a big debate around that, this nice quiet area was destroyed with the outer route that is too much close to the sea. Although by the seaside they created a good walking path with a lot of different activities. So I decided to create a track to see what are the opinions of people about this track. And we also have in Tallinn University different sensors. So another goal was to use sensors for noise with the students so that they can see how they can connect these different digital tools. And the good part is that this tool enables to get a joint data set. So such activities can be used for citizen science, crowdsourcing of data, and also these challenges can be used for solving some problems. So the activity had several iterations because I have several groups of students. So with every group we did the training of what is citizen science outdoors during the track. We looked it works in the mobile phones, the track. So I gave them some instruction about how to use the sensors, and some students also downloaded sound sensor into their mobile phones. Then we went with the groups to the track and we tested out the activity. This activity has some points where some positions where they can measure the sound level from outer route and also put their opinions about what they like around them. And then I also tested one point that puts people in action. Because there is one possibility to measure the speed by the seaside. So I wanted that they will understand how to use the instruments of mathematics, physics. So we measured the speed by looking how quickly people walk on this 100-meter path, and then they had to fill in what was the average speed. So after this activity, all these activities were done, we went back with the students to the classroom and we looked what improvements this track requires. Because when you create the track, sometimes the points are not in the right positions and some things don't work as they should. And so with every iteration, we improved the track. And the next, in the end, they gave feedback of this open knowledge activity. And the goal is, the task of the students as teachers is to create learning scenarios for their students and if possible test them out at schools, so these tracks that the students will create will not be in the same position as the track that I created, but they have the ability to do similar innovative tracks with different questions and different challenges. Definitely it brings together an interdisciplinary group of teachers, because the group that I'm teaching, this comes from different subject curricula. So there were teachers from mathematics, teachers from informatics, teachers of social sciences, and so forth, biology teachers. So that my goal was actually that also the teachers who never have experienced sensors, who never have experienced this type of digital tools in the learning process, that they also get the understanding what it means to do this type of science, technology, mathematics type of activities, and what is the experience. The teachers to be, they are teachers to be, but they are also studying or working in schools usually. They come from different areas in Estonia. The teacher training program that we run is cycle-based. That means that they come at certain periods to the university and go back, and then they can spread this knowledge to their students. So with this type of track, it also helps to engage into the activities other groups of people in the local communities, because you can, basically you can create these tracks for tourism or for some other activities that the communities want to do. And teacher usually in the communities is this like a active person who can transfer the communities through with the knowledge. So several teachers mentioned that they can do it also for some other activities that were not school related. So definitely I think that with this knowledge they can engage different groups of people. Maybe the limitation is that it is not an app, but it is a web-based system that you can open in your tablet, in the mobile phone, but not all groups of people, for example, younger children or elderly people, they usually don't have a smartphones. So this experience maybe cannot so easily be given to everyone, but only those who have smart devices. So with this type of track, it also helps to engage into the activities other groups of people in the local communities, because you can, basically you can create these tracks for tourism or for some other activities that the communities want to do. And teacher usually in the communities is this like a active person who can transfer the communities through with the knowledge. So several teachers mentioned that they can do it also for some other activities that were not school related. So definitely I think that with this knowledge they can engage different groups of people. Maybe the limitation is that it is not an app, but it is a web-based system that you can open in your tablet, in the mobile phone. Not all groups of people, for example, younger children or elderly people, they usually don't have a smartphones. So this experience maybe cannot so easily be given to everyone, but only those who have smart devices. Yes, it is very transferable because this tool is for everyone. So basically the schools can get account, as teachers can create the tracks there. Then we have also some organizations, for example tourism organizations, who can have already the accounts, who can create the tracks. And basically it is also scalable to other countries if just you have the account, but currently it has Estonian and Russian interfaces, if I remember correctly. And then with this tool you can position different types of questions. We are extending this tool together with the Ministry of Environmental Affairs. We have extended it to put the environmental challenges, so that currently it is in the development where we can jointly set up the challenge. Through this challenge we can collect the environmental data from sensors, and they are also visualized then with graphs, so that students can discuss this data. This visualization part is still in the development. And of course, certainly you can put there questions for data, sending data that are numerical, but also you can put the data that are qualitative. So people can add descriptions, and these descriptions can be, for example, about their feelings or about what they see, and they can also send the pictures. So it can be used for very different purposes. And generally we have a similar software created already for zoos across different Baltic countries, Baltic Sea countries, Sweden, Finland, Estonia and Latvia, so that similar kind of games can be played in different contexts. And we are also testing it out with social science contents, so that it is quite applicable.
Of course, we are people with a different background, because I am health and nutrition teacher right now, and you are?
I'm a computer science teacher, and what I noticed in this activity, like how different people notice different things. Like some people noticed in the same exercise, people notice different things. Like some people noticed visual things, some people noticed, for example, smells and noise around them, and so it was quite interesting. It was it showed some ways how to integrate some activities into our subjects, for example.
And not only activities, but different subjects. I mean mathematics, biology. This all was mixed there, I think.
Yeah. Yes, it gave us some ideas what to do in open space and in for example in city, and there was some very interesting activities, but I wasn't thinking about this kind of activities before. Like there was measuring some distance in open space and calculating the speed and something like that, and it gave me ideas to how to integrate my subject to this kind of activities.
Yes, and again, this integration of subjects, different subjects at school. This is really important to help people, to help students to study, and it's more interesting for students, I think.
There was covered some different areas, like I said before, it was like mathematics and
geography
and biology, and I think it's applicable to much more subjects, like chemistry and so on, environment, and a lot of things.
Yeah.